Hey, LiveX is back. The infamous, famous LiveX sessions on 99X. Jill's going to get you into the next one. And the first one, this is a meet and greet as well with good neighbors at Tree Sound Studios in Norcross. And that's before they open for Foster the People at the Tabernacle on a Friday night, February 28th. Get you in. Listen to Jill tonight.
People bet some stupid money on stupid stuff.
Yeah.
I used to be way into it. Not as much anymore. I'll play like a pool where you get in for X amount and then you can win if you win the whole thing. And actually won the whole thing a few years ago. But it's an addiction for sure. So if you have a problem, seek help, because
it is an addiction.
Yeah, you can get in trouble fast. Crash, you never got into it, did you?
No, I'll do like Super Bowl squares, but that's about it. My uncle actually had a gambling problem, like big time back in the day, yeah.
Leslie, how much do you spend a year on gambling?
Yeah.
A lot of the apps are pretty fun. I hear Steve advertising for those apps, those prop bets and little things like that. Last year, you know what industry total it was for betting? And it was up 8%.
What?
$130 billion.
$130 billion?
Damn. $130 billion. And this is looking at 2024. The Chiefs' overtime Super Bowl win topped single-game wagers. I have a recap of some of the interesting ones here. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson broke fight betting records.
Oh.
And then the Celtics Mavericks attracted the most bets at ESPN Bet. But looking at the year in review, so ahead of the NFL draft, this was a year ago, a bettor with DraftKings placed an $11,255 bet on USC quarterback Caleb Williams to be the number one overall pick at negative 20,000 odds. So the bettor won a net $56.27 after they selected him number one. Those kind of bets, I mean, think about that. 11,000 he put on the line to win 56.
Wow.
Yeah, you're going to have to make a hell of a lot of those bets just to make anything.
Does it say, what sport has the most betting? Is it football, baseball, horse racing? I don't know.
I would think football. And this is by the numbers, a couple of different scenarios. But people do those dumb bets all the time, and they get burned by them.
Mm-hmm.
All you need is one weird injury, one weird...
Yeah.
What if he got arrested, the day before, didn't go first in the draft, whatever? So, $3.1 million. And a lot of it on horse racing also, by the way. A bettor in Kentucky placed a $3.1 million money line bet on the heavily favored Eagles. It was minus 700. To beat the Carolina Panthers. Circa owner, which is the betting app, Derek Stevens, said it was the largest bet the company had ever taken. It would come down to the wire. The Panthers, trailing 22-16, drove into Eagles territory late in the fourth quarter. And a lot of people believe the NFL is fixed, that these outcomes are fixed. Bryce Young appeared to connect with receiver Xavier Legette or whatever on a 32-yard pass to the goal line, but the pass was ruled incomplete. Replays showed the ball slipping through his hands, hitting the turf. A touchdown would have tied the score with a go-ahead extra point pending and 45 seconds to play. Philadelphia survived. The bettor won $442,857 on the 3.1 that he bet. Just risky in the NFL.
Why are you betting if you have $3.1 million?
Right.
Isn't Michael Jordan a big, gambling guy and stuff?
Yeah.
Huge gambling guy.
The infamous stories about Jordan.
There's a couple of other interesting ones, and these are all quick. 300-1. Tampa Bay Buccaneers reserve running back Sean Tucker scored 2 touchdowns against the Saints on October 13th. Tucker's odds were 300-1 to score multiple touchdowns. And these are the kind of things you see in those apps. That was the longest odds of any successful NFL player prop this season at ESPN Bet. That's a big one. $130 billion is how much the sports books took in.
Wow.
Last year, like I mentioned earlier. Nevada sportsbooks won $80.9 million in September alone. That was the most lucrative month in Nevada's history. Think about that. Nevada, of all places.
Yeah.
History, $80.9 million. Okay, here's a crazy couple. A bettor in Michigan with Caesars Sportsbook wagered $1 million on Jake Paul minus 220 to beat Mike Tyson in their sanctioned boxing match in November. So what that means, Leslie, basically is minus 220. You're going to win like a little under half of that. It's another one of these stupid bets.
So what happened?
So he won.
This doesn't make sense.
But he only won $454,000. And everyone thought that was such a scam anyway. Mm-hmm. Remember when all the people were like, oh, Tyson's going to murder this guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And people thought it was a total setup. $200. Okay, that's what we're talking about here. On November 29th, ahead of week 9, a bettor in Nevada placed a $200 bet on New England to win the Super Bowl, 5,000 to 1 odds. The bet would pay out a net profit of $1 million should the Patriots go all the way. 2 days later, they lost the Colts and were eliminated.
Ooh.
So that money is gone. And 2 really crazy ones. There's an 85-cent parlay that is super interesting. The wildest bet of 2024 was a bettor placed a $5 2-leg parlay on FanDuel on the 9th, involving the first basket in 2 NBA games. These are the ones that you like, Crash. They chose the Jazz's Walker Kessler and the Nets' Dorian Finney-Smith, and specified how each would score. They said Kessler would do a jump hook and Finney-Smith a floater. The odds were 22,700 to 1.
Ooh.
And the parlay paid 113,500.
Nice.
I mean, that is just so out of nowhere. Here is a really crazy one. 26-year-old construction worker in Baltimore placed an 85-cent 14-leg parlay at plus 173,000 to 1 odds last February. Okay? Do you get what's happening there, Leslie?
Kind of.
You're betting 85 cents
Right.
that 14 things will happen in your favor.
Those odds aren't great. I
Right,
don't
as
think.
they go up. It's hard.
Yeah.
So it included over 363.5 points in the NBA All-Star Game, multiple NBA and NHL division winners, 4 boxing matches, UConn to win the men's basketball title, and Ohio State to win the college football playoff. So
Impossible.
So the bettor considered early cash-out offers. FanDuel offered this dude $7,000 in May to bail.
They did?
They said, we'll give you $7,000 buyout right now to jump off, because they're looking at it like an insurance policy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
After Ohio State lost to Michigan, okay, so think about this. Ohio State loses to Michigan in the season. He sold the ticket. The dude was like, there's no way Ohio State's going to win the championship. He sold the ticket for $16,750 on WagerWire in December, where you can sell stuff like that. So the new buyer watched Ohio State beat Tennessee in the playoff opener, and then Ohio State faced number 1 Oregon, won that. Then they beat Texas. And then they won it all. So this dude killed himself.
He did not.
173,000 to 1 odds on an 85-cent parlay. And he would have won.
Oh, my God.
That's crazy.
So he sold it for $17,000. But anyway, bettors beware. Man, that's scary stuff.
I will take $100 and do the slot machines in Vegas.
Are you going to do Oscar betting for next week?
No.
Well, we're going to have on our guy. It's a movie emergency. Goldberg is coming on.
Oh, why don't we do like a Morning X wager?
Pool? Well, he's going to tell people how to win their office pools. He'll be on Friday. Matt Goldberg.
Okay.
This dude knows.
Let's do it.
He knows what he's talking about. He's going to give you the answers.
Well, there's some upsets happening here.
I know, but this dude, it's like he knows the script. He's got it covered.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk to him, too.
That'll be on Friday. This is your Morning X, and this is 99X.
The Bigger Pockets Podcast Network is your home, get it, for real estate investing.
I am very tired of people saying that your primary residence is not an investment.
Get real talk from real estate pros about investing strategies that work.
I bought a house for $1 and it makes me $1 million.
You can become a real estate millionaire over the course of like 5 or 6 years.
No one needs a stock. No one needs cryptocurrency. They need a house.
Bigger Pockets. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.